everyone, it's Rob and you're watching another movie of the week, and the movie this week was Serendipity from 2001, so if you haven't watched it, watch it now. If you're new to the movie of the week, as I talk about a movie here, you guys comment below your thoughts. At the end of the video, I'll say the movie for next week. And in 2025, we're doing like different romance movies, so there is so many different types of genres and things. And this is the second one we're doing. So this is my second time ever actually watching this movie. And I feel like it was kind of recent that I watched the movie for the first time, like maybe in the past 2-3 years. And I was kind of surprised. I was like, I can't believe I've never watched this before. It's a classic rom-com movie. I mean, not classic, but it's a rom-com movie. And these were very popular in the 2000s. And I just feel like they don't make movies like this anymore. Like, they just don't. And there's something so unique and creative about this one that just really sparked me. I'll first say two things before I get more into the plot. First thing is that it was set in New York, took place in New York, filmed in New York, everything very like New York, and I love that. I love, like, I think I talked about this before on other videos, because then we just do Home Alone. I was like, I like that it's filmed in New York or something like that, but I love when the stuff that takes place in New York is actually filmed in New York, and as a New Yorker, like, I can spot the things right away. Well, a little bit about Serendipity is actually, so Serendipity is like a real place, and they had the real scenes from the place, and I've eaten there before. It was like 8, maybe like 10 blocks from like where I grew up as a kid for like 17 years of my life. So it was very close by, clearly. Like, it wasn't like down my street, but like they're walkable, because on that same street was this restaurant called CBK that me and my family used to always go to as a kid. Like, we didn't go to Serendipity that much because it's actually like a lot like a tourist attraction, very touristy. So I don't know, maybe it's touristy because of this movie. Maybe that's why. Maybe it wasn't that popular until this movie. I don't know. But yeah, so I've only actually ever ate there once. So I'm kind of, I don't know if they say it in the movie, but their frozen hot chocolate is like classic. You gotta try it. It's so good. That's the first thing they say about New York. And then, like, of course, like, I also, like, you know, that was Walman Rink that they had all those scenes at, and I like used to take skating lessons at Walman Rink as a kid, so know that very well. And actually, it's not too far. Like, it's in, so people don't know, Walman Rink is in Central Park, and it's actually not too far from where Serendipity is. Like, Central Park is huge, so it's like not like the closest, but it's also like not too far. The oh my god, Waldorf Astoria, Waldorf Astoria, whatever that hotel is actually a real hotel, but right now it's temporarily closed, and I'm not exactly sure why. I looked it up because, like, I knew it was a real place. I feel like I've been there at least once though. Anyway, so that's enough about New York. And then the other thing I want to bring up is that literally, like, why is Aiden and Natasha from Sex and the City in this movie? Like, it's so funny. And a part of me thinks that, like, I watched this movie for the first time before I've ever watched Sex and the City, which is kind of crazy because I'm already on my 3rd time rewatching Sex and the City. It's so good. So it's kind of crazy that maybe it was like after my first time watching it. I don't know, because I never realized before, like, the actor who plays Aiden, that I'm forgetting his name, like, he's been in a lot of things. So I've seen him in lots of things before I ever watched Sex and the City. This could have been one of them. Natasha, I haven't seen her ever in anything else, so it was kind of surprising that, like, both of them were in this. And I would say Aiden's character is something. Yeah. Anyway, so getting more into the plot, I feel like it's a very unique idea. Like, well, maybe not too unique. It's something about, like, fate, and, like, if something leads you to something, and then, like, I don't know, part of me, like, it's like, do I believe in that? Like, I think about this constantly. Like, there's 2 different directions. Either, like, you're always meant to do this thing. You're always, like, your future's mapped out. Your future mapped out. Okay, I have my sweater right here. So my sweater right here. So I'm picking up my sweater. Was I always meant to pick up my sweater? Was that always meant to happen? Was I always meant to pick up the sweater? Or is it the other thing where it's like you have free will, and, like, your future's unwritten and stuff, and it's like anything can happen? Like, I don't know. I'm always in this constant battle where it's like it's like, are these things, like, were these things set up for me, or is it like I have my own choices. Or I mean, maybe it's something a little in the middle, which kind of this movie showed, where it's like, you know, every single action, whatever, like, you know, you weren't supposed to, maybe, you know, those are unwritten, like you can do whatever, but you were always supposed to like end up in this one place, always supposed to end up with this person, and maybe it's like the journey is like a little bit unwritten. So I wonder, like, I don't know, it's something that always goes through my mind, but it's kind of interesting that they took this idea, like I don't even know how it was done, but it was something where they had to be like very, very clever. Like I can't, like I don't even know, I should have done my research, but I feel like there's no way one person could have just wrote this, like to become, like it's something where they had to be very clever about every single point, and like, you know, writing on a bill and putting in the book, and just like little details throughout that. It's very cute. And I mean, it gave me anxiety sometimes when it's like they're right there and they like don't realize, and that like makes you go crazy, because it's like if they're always supposed to be together and end up together and it's supposed to happen now, like why is it so hard for them to, like they're right there but they don't see each other. So I guess that's a little bit of excitement. I guess that's part of the movie. I mean, it's such a cute idea of like always thinking about this person and stuff, and like I'm trying to think, do I ever like have someone that I'm always like met briefly and wish that that person was still in my life or something? I don't know, I don't think so. I feel like if I did, it would always come to mind. I feel like there's certain like things that I've done in the past where it's like I wish I've done this rather than this, but it's not like I like someone that I'm always thinking of, you know? So it's, I guess I don't have that. Now I'm scared that like, you know, in future relationships, my partner or whoever will have that. I don't know. I mean, these things are rom-coms, they're not real, it's not real life. So, but I think like it really just shows how rom-coms are very more creative, and we're just but much bigger in the 2000s, and it's just not that way anymore. And I like feel like they just don't make them anymore like this. Like you just don't see movies like this. But after like kind of the drama romance movie that we watched last week, you know, wanted to do something more lighthearted and fun, and I had a lot of fun watching it the first time. This time, not as much fun, I guess. I don't know. I was like less into it, but still had fun. So anyway, I'm gonna hit here, but thank you guys for watching. And then the movie for next week is 500 Days of Summer. It's like we had to do that, you know, if we're gonna talk about romance this year. It's a classic movie. That's more of a classic movie than this one. I've watched that one a few times. I'm forgetting if it's from 2007 or 2009. But anyway, you know, comment below your thoughts about Serendipity and watch 500 Days of Summer for next week. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.